Hello, everybody. This is Joe Ellenhoven, administrator at Team Elite Responder, and tonight we're going to do something just a little bit different. And I'm going to open the live chat so you can leave messages. Okay. Remember the old Western movies where they would be riding a stagecoach and something would come up and they would grab those reins and they'd say, whoa. Well, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do one of those whoas, and we're going to take a break in a sense and take a look at what we're doing. Now, if you're like me, on a day-to-day basis, you're inundated with emails, you're inundated with information, and you probably, I know some of you are afraid not to look at all your emails in case you might be missing something, and others are ignoring all of them, and both of those are not good. We're just way too busy. So what I want you to do is just kind of this week after this webinar, I want you to just stop. And I want you to write down, what are you doing? Now, what I hope you say is, I'm trying to build my business. I hope that what I'm doing is I'm trying to show you how to build your business. Now, and that's what you're doing. Hopefully, you're building your business. Now, you have to understand that there are literally millions of people that are trying to tell you how to build your business. And you have to decide what is your business and what is not your business. Now, what we're going to do tonight, and this won't be a long one because this is what I call a thinker webinar, where I want to get you to thinking, and then we'll go into a few cleanup details and a few details about what's happening at the end. But in the first place, the purpose of Team Elite Responder, home business experts, is to help you build your business. And as the admins and as the team leaders, we do not care what you want to promote, because we can show you how to promote anything. And once you get it and what it takes to build a business online, then it doesn't matter. You'll understand it doesn't matter what you're promoting. We have the methods and to how to do that. The bigger picture is this: to build a home business at this time, the most efficient way to do it is to build a list of leads and build a relationship with those leads to a point where you can email them and they will be interested in what you are offering. I'm going to back up a little bit. A home business, the most efficient way to build a home business on the internet at this time, and I don't know what the future holds, nobody else does, but at this time, the most profitable way to build a home business on the internet is to generate a list of leads and build a relationship with those leads. That is exactly what Team Elite Responder does. We show you how to generate leads, show you how to build a relationship with those leads. And then we'll get into, I'll show you some resources where you can find all that stuff. And that's what we've been doing on the webinars. So now, what you want to understand is when you're building your business, nobody else in the world cares about your business but you. So everybody else is caring about their business. In order for you to build your business, you're going to have to talk to people like you're interested. Well, you can't fake it. You have to get interested in people and what they need, and you fulfill that need. You have to become a you person rather than a me person. If you turn into a me person, your business is going to shrink. You have to become a you person. You have to talk about what benefits them, and you have to quit talking about features. Nobody cares about features. Nobody cares about how you got to this point. All they're interested in is their business, and all you're interested in is your business. You have to merge those two together and form a union. And in order to do that, you have to talk to them about helping them. By helping them, it's going to help you. That's what you need to write down on your mirror. My business is helping others, which in turn is going to help me. You put that in smaller type. So you're going to talk about what in the ad copy, all the different techniques that we do. You're going to have to talk about what the benefits are to them. Now, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I just recently started reading a book on online marketing, which is really affirming and confirming what I've been doing, and I'm picking up some pretty good tips on how to specifically write ad copy to get more interest in the conversion, get more people to click, more people to sign up, more people to opt in, of course. Now, so what you want to be doing is one of the things that you need to do is you remember that you're building your business. So when I put out sample ad copy or whatever, you really need to take the time and to put that in your own words, because on the one hand, they have to, everybody says, the experts say they have to see it 7 times before they act on it. On the other hand, if they see it too many times, they don't even see it. They just pass over it. So if you're using my ad copy, it's probably not as effective as if you put it into your own words. So those are some things. I'm giving you these one-liners now that's going to be, this is kind of like the bigger picture, and it's not any one specific thing that I'm talking about tonight. This is the bigger picture where I'm trying to get you to think about what you're doing, and what you of course want to do is make note of your successes and make note of your failures and learn from your failures and duplicate and maximize your successes. That's how you build a business. Now, just briefly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and show you something. Let me just go to screen share, and then we're coming back here pretty quick. I'll go to screen share. We're going to share everything. All right, I'll go here. Now, what I want to show you is this is my dashboard at Team Elite Responder. Now, I target 20 leads a day. And if you see here, it's fairly close to that. But I wasn't happy. I'd like to kick it up. Remember, I have a goal. Our team, the girls here, they have a goal of doubling. So we got to get up to 40 leads a day. So what I do is I begin to search for ways of not so much at first doing more, but to double. If I could double the opt-ins per 1,000 people that see it, then that's like doubling your advertising. So I'm reading this book right now, and I started implementing it yesterday, and you see here 16 to 35. It's a pretty good trend there. I just wanted to show you that, and so I'm really now taking a hard look. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the Hangout and stop the sharing. That's not about me. I just wanted to show you that there are things that we can learn, and myself even, that will generate a lot more income in the end and generate a lot more activity. In this case, it's a simple matter of turning the lead capture pages and the email sample ads, or the email ads I send out, and I just did some little tuning on them, and I took the word features out and put benefits and highlighted it. I changed the order and showed the benefits first, and I showed the other stuff last. And I took some of the bonuses out. It was overwhelming. And what it is, it just like twice as many people opted in. And that's just to let you know that there are systems out there that can always be tuned even better. And so this book I'm reading, and I'm going to get you a link to it later this week once I find out where I can buy it elsewhere. It's kind of an eye opener, and that's the reason tonight that I did a big whoa, because I want us all to stop and reflect on what are we doing. A lot of times I get support, and I can tell somebody just totally frustrated and they don't know what they're doing is because they're just running in too many directions. I think another thing is probably good for most of us to slow down and focus on one thing long enough to let it come to some fruition. The internet is more like a train than it is a, you might say, bird or helicopter. It takes some effort to get it going. Once you get it going, it's hard to stop. And so that's one thing to keep in mind is always keep in mind is what am I doing, and make notes, and then always look for an advantage. And another key thing is you have to give the people that you're coming in contact with a reason to get involved with you. And if you're telling them the same thing that somebody else is telling them, you have no advantage over that other person, none at all. And so you're just kind of like throwing seed out there to see what sticks. But internet marketing is a little more involved in that, and that you can control your destiny a lot more than a lot of people suspect. So I'm going to summarize just a little bit here. And where I've got to so far is this. John says, I feel like I am an expansion train car. You're getting pulled in all directions. And that's why I want everybody to take a whoa. Let's take a look at what we're doing. And so I want to just summarize. The bigger picture is internet marketing. The best way to make money online at this time, in 2015, is to use email marketing along with traffic exchanges, banners and text ads, and anything else that will generate traffic to your links to generate leads. Every single thing you do, your lead capture page, so that you capture them as a lead. And from there, the team lead responder, the autoresponder, will take over and start to send them messages. And with that, and you broadcast them once a week, say, give them some more information about this or about that, and maybe some free tool that you found, and you start to build that relationship. And then finally, people will reveal something that they need, and you step in and fill that need. And that's how it works. And they have to learn to trust you. They have to know that you're going to be around, and all these things. And the first thing I said is don't try to fake it. It don't work. Either you have to be serious about it, and you have to be totally committed to it. And so many. Here's the problem that I'm seeing a lot, and this is where I think that's why I want everybody to do a whoa, is so many they're still just jumping from one program to another, and they're hoping that something is gonna work rather than they're gonna work something. So they're hoping and praying that something is gonna work rather than them work something. And the only way something is gonna work is if when you stop and work it. And I'm here to tell you that I do not believe there is a better place to stop and work it is at Team Elite Responder, because we will show you how to promote anything. You should write that down. Team Elite Responder will show you how to promote anything. That's really all you need to know. And that's really all. When people are looking for somehow to get started online, and they're not being given enough information. Now, some of the people that are making a lot of money purposely will leave out a few key steps, so they'll get you started, and then it's going to cost you more money for this or more money for that. That's another thing we don't do, is once you buy in, even at the $7 level, you can continue at that level. We don't ask for any more. Everything else is provided. The sites that we recommend, you can join them as a free member. There's enough advertising, free advertising, it's the last year for a couple of years. So we've got it all. We just got to get it out there that we have it all. That's what I'm leading into when we're having this woe here, is that we don't know what we have. And then I'm going to go on to some other stuff here. Now, okay, so there again is what I'm talking about. Is Team Elite Responder is all about teaching you how to build your home business and promote any site you want. That's it. That's what we're about. Now, and at this time, the best way to make money online is through using an autoresponder, generating leads, and building relationships. And that's what Team Elite Responder is all about. So now let's talk a little bit. I want to go do a screen share, kind of cover a problem having. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to Team Elite Responder, and I'm going to go to resources. Okay. I'm getting so many support tickets, and they're almost like, how do I find the URL for the lead capture page? Or how do I, let's go down here, how do I claim the 50,000 credits each week? Or where is a sample ad for the $25 system? Where is a sample ad for instant leads for cash? Or where are the free bonuses? Where are the bonuses where's the 500,000 credits bonus? Where are the bonuses for upgraded members? On down here. How do I register for the next webinar? How do I view the last webinar? Do you have any top resources for leads? I got my cursor here on the answers. I'm going down there. You have any training ebooks on other programs like Craigslist, etc.? You have anything on traffic exchanges? What kind of email do you send to your referrals? Here's a post called email I send to my referrals. So what I'm getting at is this, and I'm going to go back now to turn the screen share off. Most people are not going to the resources page to get the information. The reason they're not doing that is they're too busy jumping from one site to another. I'm going back in loop here. We have the same problem. If you want to make money online, then you need to stop. You need to hang on to something. You need to stick with it. I'm telling you to stop at Team Elite Responder, get involved, learn the system, and use it, and make some money, and quit jumping from program to program. You're going to have you're going to develop perpetual failuritis after a while. And the only cure for that is to join Team Elite Responder. Now, one other thing. Does that make sense so far? So far, I'm talking about the most successful way to build a home business is to use an autoresponder like Team Elite Responder, generate leads, build a relationship with those leads, go from there. The next thing is you have to speak you have to, when you write, adjust the ad copy, you have to, in your mind, see yourself as talking to one person out there, and you have to talk to them like you're there to help them. They're not interested in you or your business, but they are interested in themselves and their business, and you have to merge those two together. Now, next item is this is bigger pictures. What are we doing? Is when I'm talking to somebody on the phone and they tell me that $7 blows their budget for internet marketing. In other words, $7 is all they can spend for internet marketing. I don't know what to say there, because if somebody is expecting to make $500 a month or $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, or up to $30,000, $40,000, whatever they want to make per month, I know people that make $2 million a month online. I know people that make $2 every 6 months online. Now, if $7 blows your budget, I really think that we need to start classifying some people as whether this is a hobby or are they serious about building a home business. Personally, I want to spend my time with people that are serious about building a home business. And I'm not downgrading anybody or anything, but if I think that I should not be spending my time with somebody that this is a hobby and they're just going to piddle around and make $10 or $15 every 6 months. That's not what I'm interested in. And maybe I'll put a questionnaire on there. How much money do you intend to make? And if somebody puts less than $100 a month, I'm going to send them somewhere else, because we've got people that's making $1,000 a week. And I'm not saying money's everything, but it is. If you have a college education you're trying to pay for, or you need retirement income, and it's like this. If there's somebody out there that wants to talk to me and he desperately needs, say, $1,000 a month income because he's retired and he has medical bills, et cetera, and I'm spending my time, I'm not spending my time with him because I'm spending my time with somebody that this is a hobby. To me, that is like morally wrong for me to do that it's better for me to concentrate on somebody that I can really help rather than somebody that I can't help. So that's another thing that's coming up, is I'm going to be looking at what we're doing at Team Elite Responder. And in some cases, some of the things we're doing is hurting us more than helping us. Here's an example. Let's talk about $7 flat one-time payment versus $97 a month. Now, let's say that they're the same program. They're exactly the same, like my two hands, exactly the same. This one's $7, period. This one's $97 a month. Now, at first blush, you say, well, this guy's a crook over here charging $97 a month, and this guy over here is a what do you call it, philanthropist. Okay, that's on the surface. But now they both get, let's say, 50% commission. So every time you sell one over here, you get $3.50. And every time you sell one over here, you get almost $50. So let's say we sell 10 a month. So this guy makes $35 and this one makes $500. Now at the end of the month, if somebody wants to make $1,000 a month extra money for the retirement or whatever, paying for their college, it doesn't matter. And this guy's made $500 over here, and this one's made $35. Well, this guy looks like this one's the hero, and this guy's a chump. So it's kind of like turning everything upside down. So which is better? Well, we're going to have to balance a little bit and take a look at what we're doing, because it's hard to generate. Of course, we don't expect to generate all the income from Team Elite Responder, but it's a lot easier to generate more income for you if the prices are higher. So I'm just saying that I'm going to look at this in the next few months, because I'm really now I'm looking at the bigger picture for myself, and I'm really looking at ways for you to generate more income at Team Elite Responder. And that's why a couple of weeks ago I recommended that you back away from the 711 and even the 25 and go to the 67 and 117 and 197. Since that time, we've had a young man come in, and he only promotes the 67 membership, the platinum membership. It's 45% commissions, and he has generated 7, I think, so far in a couple of weeks, and then he's got 1 or 2 underneath him that's generated it's $30 each, because it's 45% commissions, and then he got $7 from those that they got 30. He's generating he's getting close to that $500 a month level at the by doing the 67. So you kind of get the picture. What I'm saying is the $7 is wonderful, but it may be in the long run, it may not be the best for you or for the person you sell it to, because they have to sell an awful lot of those to generate any kind of income. Now, my first thought back when I did all this stuff was that we could get people in at the $7 and they would upgrade. Some of those are doing that, but on the other hand is so many are just staying there, and they're not doing anything with Team Elite Responders. So it's kind of like, was it worth it? So I'm really looking at that real hard, because what's happening now is we have a group of people that are running away with all the sales, doing very, very well, and we have a lot of people that's just been sitting there watching, growing extremely fast. Team Elite Responders, we're going to be at 3,000 members here very shortly, and I think we're like 100 leads or something like that we've generated in 2 years. Not myself, but the whole club, the whole membership. That's an awful lot of leads. And there again, most of them are concentrated in the people up top that are working. Now, here's the key thing, and write this down. Those that are making the money are those that are working. Now, my challenge tonight is this. Those of you, and I'm going to try to get everybody to watch this video other than the ones that are here. John, that's exactly the reason that listen, John, John's question is this: spends too much time trying to get mailing credits. I went through that for a couple of years. That is exactly the reason that I have the affiliate program here at Team Elite Responder. There's over 1 million credits that you can grab for free. And you can go in there and just go down, you'll see 30,000 here, 30,000 there. That's as you join as a free member, you get those mailing credits, and you got 2 years work right there. And you don't have to be going out there generating. You don't have to be doing that, generating those credits for mailing. Just go there to the affiliate programs tab and start grabbing those credits out of there. Okay, so now let's do one final summary of what I've been talking about. So tonight is a kind of like a backup. We're going to whoa those horses. We're going to take a look at what we're doing. Hopefully what we're doing is you're trying to build your business, and I'm trying to build my business. That's what the goal is. And at this point in time, the best way to build a home business is to use a system like Team Elite Responder to generate leads, build a relationship with those leads, broadcast to them, send them out information, et cetera, talk to them about benefits rather than features, talk to them about things that they're interested in. Don't too much, so much talking about yourself. Talk to them, find out, get a little information. All of a sudden, you'll start to get questions, and they will, just like John there, where can I get mailing credits? And you bring them right back to the fact that you can supply what they need. You become their source of information. You actually help them build their business, and they will automatically be building your business. That's the key thing tonight. You help people build their business, their own businesses, and they will help you build your business. That's the answer. And you talk to them like when you're doing an email, you write it like you're writing it to one person. You talk to them about what it's going to do for them and how you can help them. And you will see a change, like I just showed you, that you cannot believe, because the bottom line is people do need help to get started internet marketing, because so many out there are just something on them for $25 or $25 a month or whatever, and they really don't know how to use it. There's nothing wrong with the programs for the most part. They're very good programs, but until you got the bigger picture and how it can help you build your business, you're missing the whole thing. And I a long time to figure out, but I only get involved with things that are going to build my business. But what I usually get involved in is that's what I do, is I help other people build their business. And that's what Team Elite Responder is all about, is to help you build your business. And that goes with anything in any program. It's not just with what Team Elite Responder is all about. That's what life is all about. So finally, I'm going to get that link, because it's really, really an eye opener. I've been doing, I would say, 80% of the stuff right, or maybe at times 90%. But here's the key thing, and I'm going to let you go with this. That's exactly what the book says by this person that has a lot of experience. But I just tweaked it a little bit. I changed just a couple of words, and I went from 16 leads to 35 leads in one day. So when you get, it's a very interesting thing, is when you get right down to it, is you have all this stuff going on, and if you don't back up and take a look at the bigger picture sometimes, and look at what you're writing and stuff, and kind of like start over and reset, you could be costing yourself a lot in the end. Because even though I tend to put it out there that I want to help people, the most powerful word is you. And that's what you got to be sure you have, you in your conversations, your emails, and whatever, is be sure you put that in there, because that's the key word. And we at Team Elite Responder, that's what we are all about, is helping you build your business. You see, Team Elite Responder it started out being like an autoresponder, but you still have it. They had what they call a team. They had a pro thing that I got after about 6 months. They had another thing called a team. It was a team model, and I've got that. I haven't seen very, very few that are actually a team model. What that is most sites are set up as a professional thing, where if you want to get another member's information or another member's emails or something, you have to get a code, a secret code or something. Well, Team Elite Responder it's all right there. You're seeing all the lead capture pages of all the members. At first, a lot of people thought those were all my stuff, and I think now they realize that when people are constantly adding stuff, that's why the list is getting long. But for the most part, I would say adding stuff that's working for them, and they're building their own teams. They have a lot of teams, people that are promoting one another, and they're building their teams, and that's really what Team Elite Responder ultimately is all about. Is come here, either bring your team or generate a new team. And one feature that I have that I don't advertise as much is I even have if a guy's a team leader, I have a way to migrate their leads from another responder site like Aweber or Traffic Wave, not some site somebody get. If somebody tells me somebody gave them 10,000 leads and they would like to put that in Team Elite Responder, I don't do that, and I'm not going to do that, because if somebody gave you 10,000 leads, more than likely they're most of the time the leads that are the free leads that people get are pretty much you do just good calling get the yellow pages and call right out of the yellow pages. So that's why what makes leads valuable is when you generate them yourself and you build that relationship, because if they don't know you, you're not going to get, so you have to build a relationship with them regardless of how you get them. And it's much easier to build a relationship from the start. So that was it for tonight. Thank you very much. And I'll be posting this as soon as I get off here. And so if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. So thank you very much. God bless you.